We unfortunately had a situation where we lost our brother, Mick Colley, in November last year. Unfortunately died of cancer. It's a very difficult thing to cope with as not just family but as musicians as well. Mick was a big part of the show when we formed the Mavericks in 1977. Dave and myself and Mick and Ray Peters, who is the original bass guitar player, and we went to Cornwall to do to the funeral, and a lot of people said that they couldn't get there, and they asked us whether we would actually get together and put a show on.
You don't want to, haven't got to, do you think you will? Deep inside you're scared of dying, and you really want to run. Lonesome cowboy, walk away now.
And I feel that we owe it to Mick and the Mavericks and the people that have actually worked in the Mavericks in the past as well. And therefore, we've got the privilege of working with Darren Williams, who owns this recording studio here at Roadhouse, whose father played a big part in the Mavericks after Mick had left the band. He worked with us at Wembley Arena when we did the shows.
Deep inside you're scared of dying, and you really want to run.
I sort of thought, well, what I'll do is I'll phone these people up, see if I can get some people involved, and everyone said yes straight away, which was an absolute amazing situation. After that, I felt a little bit excited, and it's very emotional, but we decided that we'd hide in on the lake up at Sean to put on a proper show.
You've a wife and you've 2 children waiting there at home. If you fight him and he kills you, they'll be on their own.
Right, so there's the 3 original members in the Mavericks, right? So there was Dave Colley, my brother, and myself, and Ray Peters, who formed the Mavericks in 1977. When I was asked to put the show together, I needed to find the right people to do the right job, and of course Spencer Scott, who played pedal steel guitar with us many times over the years, and he's just a fantastic player, had to be in the show. I rang him and said, will you do it? And he went yes straight away to me. I was thrilled. And then obviously Carissa, who was a great singer, and she was great friends with Steve Williams, who used to be in the band, and the last Mavericks reunion we did, she sang with him. I had to have her in the show because she was part of the history. And she told Darren Williams, who's the bass player in the band, about the gig, and he offered to provide his services as a bass guitarist to come and play with us, purely and simply because of the history mixed with his dad playing in the Mavericks, and he's with us. And to be perfectly honest, I couldn't think of a better band of people. And to obviously top that, we've got Bob Goodwin playing keyboards, my good friend Bob, who plays keyboards. He plays synthesizer, piano, Hammond organ. And then, we sort of put the band together on the basis of that.
Could speak my feeling. She'd know how I cherished her.
History of the Mavericks. I think we started. Mick decided he used to play in a band, in a skiffle band years ago. And then one day he said to myself and my brother, shall we start a country band? Well, we didn't know anything about country music. Yeah, we'll have a go. So just got together and started rehearsing, and basically the band took off. And we played all over the country, ended up doing a show at Wembley.
We used to go up the local council hall and blast away Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that, you know, and eventually got to the point where we were asked one day by Mick if we fancy doing country music. You must be mad, like, you know. But then eventually, of course, we decided to go with it, and the Mavericks were formed, and we went out and really enjoyed it, you know, and obviously today I'm still playing country music. I love it.
Amazing love, unending. It's so much more.
And then we stopped playing for quite a few years. Everybody went off and played in different bands, doing different types of music. And now we've decided to get this back in mixed memory. So it's getting bigger all the time. We're really enjoying it.
After all, we are the original UK Mavericks, and we've got something to say, and we're proud of it. And these people have worked absolutely 100% hard to produce something that we've come to today.